Okay, Aries, here is the energy coming through. Wow. 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 The Fool. The Fool is the newly reincarnated soul. This is about taking a leap of faith and getting ready to start a new journey. I love the Fool because the Fool represents, again, the clean soul, but he has no preconceived notions of nothing. He's just going with the flow. The Fool is wise because he knows that he knows nothing. So, wow, wow. With this being your signifier and then the Hangman showing up, man, it's like there's a need to see things differently about this journey ahead. But definitely there's this leap of faith being taken. And in the past, apparently it's happening fast. So the Eight of Wands is all about a fast-moving situation. Information is coming at you quickly. And this is also about grounding your dreams to earth. So very quickly, again, I mean, you guys are constant with the journeys. I mean, the last time it was the World, now the Fool is the signifier. Aries is so important to this physical reality because you remind everybody to be passionate about life and to live in the moment. And you're so quick to move on in search of new things. Oh, so now it makes sense. So with the Hangman showing up and now the Fool being your signifier, it would make sense why you need to see things differently, because the Five of Cups is, it's emotional pain. This is emotional suffering and loss. So in the image of this card, the man is so focused on the 3 cups that are spilled that he can't see the 2 that are still behind him. So, the message in this card is that not all is lost. But, again, with emotional pain and suffering, it's hard to recognize what is still there. My goodness. And again, it's like, I feel like you're quickly wanting to get away from that. Aries is one of those signs where when it comes to emotional pain, it needs to be dealt with quickly. It needs to be dealt with and it needs to be over with. It's not something that needs to continuously be brought up for you. It needs to be handled and done with. So it would make sense with that Eight of Wands being on top. Future conditions. So the Two of Swords is all about blinding yourself to a situation and being unable to make a clear decision. This is where you need to come to a compromise before you can make a decision. And, again, with the Two of Swords, when you do, you need to act quickly. You cannot hesitate. You need to follow through with the decision that you make. But it's like seeing that underneath the Five of Cups, to me, is saying, it's like you don't want to see this here. You don't want to see this and you don't want to deal with it. Again, would make sense why the Hangman was what fell out. Clearly you need to see it differently, but there's definitely some emotional pain. Hello again, Aries. So the Emperor is the card of Aries, and this is your best path to follow. So when you look at the journey of life through tarot and you start with the Fool and you go into the Empress, and you have all the chaos in between there, the Emperor comes in, he brings order and structure to everything. This is all about getting your house in order. What can I do to change my situation? Wow. So the best path to follow is to be who you are. Take control of your situation. Take the blindfold off and recognize this for what it is. I mean, obviously you're quickly wanting to get away from it here and go on a different path. But with this showing up as your best path to follow, it's telling you need to deal with this. And, again, when it comes to emotional pain, it's difficult because, again, with the Five of Cups, we don't want to be separated from the things that we love. But clearly, you need to take the blindfold off and deal with it. Wow. The influences around you. Wow. The Two of Wands. I love the wands when they show up for fire signs, especially because it is who you are. You are take charge, take action. So the Two of Wands goes back to the Magician. Now, the Magician is connected with the Aces, but when you look at the Two of Wands connected with the Magician, right, we can sit and think about doing something great with our lives all we want. But if we don't take action, it may never manifest in our lives. So here is where the action is being taken place. And then also the Two of Wands speaks about creative and romantic partnerships as well. But here to me, it's like, it's saying that you're going to take the action that's needed here to be who you are, take control of your situation, recognize what's going on here and to deal with it. But, you know, be careful about wanting to rush through it because, you know, if you do, you may not handle this situation here properly. But, you know, regardless, it's like you're wanting to take that action. Wow, wow. So, and your hopes and your fears. Now, this makes sense. The Four of Pentacles is all about holding on too tightly. And when you look across here, clearly this is about hanging on too tightly to these hurt feelings here. If you hang on to that, it's going to block this here. Wow, wow. These readings, I tell you, just looking at what has showed up here, to me, it's like, in order for you to move on and to take a new path in your life, you know, clearly you need to take a leap of faith, but you need to be careful about doing it too quickly because you have issues here that need to be dealt with. And again, with you showing up as your best path to follow, is saying to pull that power of Aries, take control of your situation, get your house in order. And clearly here in your environment, there's some action wanting to be taken, which is fantastic. But, you know, this being in your hopes and your fears makes sense. You know, clearly this isn't something that you want to hang on to. With that Fool sitting in the middle, it's like, we're ready to go again. There's something else that we're after. But how can you do that when you're hanging on to this? Wow, wow. Oh, wow. So your outcome, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about needing to take a break. In this card, it's literally telling you to put up your swords and rest and take a moment to meditate. Now, the Four of Swords with the Hangman is like, they're perfect together. It's like hand in hand. Clearly, you need to take a minute. You know, and here it's like you're wanting to do it so quickly, but you can't and you shouldn't. Because if you do, there's this fear that this will still be lingering around right now. And whatever loss is going on here, you know, again, you have to remember that not all is lost. And clearly you need to take the blindfold off and deal with the situation. And you're wanting to take that action. I mean, it's there in your environment. You're ready to go and to do it. But this, to me, is saying be careful about doing it too quickly. And with the Hangman showing up, clearly you need to look at things in a different perspective before you take the leap of faith here into something new. And again, you know, be who you are. Grab that power of Aries. Take control of your situation. Get your house in order. Take that blindfold off. Do what you need to do to deal with these feelings here so that you can take that leap of faith. So I just got home from work a couple hours ago and something told me to go ahead and start doing readings. You guys never cease to amaze me. So once again, the power of Aries showed up. And I really feel like here, looking at this, that you really need to take a minute to see things differently before you go jumping into something new, because clearly there's something that needs to be dealt with here. Again, emotional pain sucks, but for Aries to hang on to something like that is not good. You guys need to deal with it and it needs to be over with. If it continuously gets brought up, it stops you from having that drive and that passion for life. So definitely you need to take a minute and, you know, clearly there's action wanting to be taken, which is fantastic. But again, you need to be careful about holding on to emotions like that and take that minute to take a break, to see things differently, deal with the situation, and again, take the blindfold off. so that you can see it for what it is. And remember that not all is lost. And be careful here about wanting to do it too quickly. And beautiful. I mean, these two just, it's so beautiful. And to me, just looking at these two, it's like the leap of faith that you're going to take here, you're bringing that power of you with you. Everything is going to be ordered and structured. And, you know, again, get your house in order. Take control of your situation. Grab the power of you. Deal with the stuff that's going on so that you can take that leap of faith.